everybody, and welcome to another YouTube video at night. I've become really obsessed of filming YouTube videos at night recently, and because with all the stuff that's happening and because I haven't got time for filming videos in the day most anymore, so I'm gonna take this time to do this because nighttime's the only time I can do that. At the moment at least. Today I am going to do a very special collab with a very good friend and YouTuber called Shanell. I'll leave a link to her channel and her video in the description box below. This collaboration video is about facts about ourselves. So what we've done is we had a little bit of a talk and we've decided to do 5 facts about ourselves. We were originally going to do 10, but because 10 was a bit too much and felt like 10 was just a little bit unfair to do it for the two of us, I just said split it down in half to make 5, and that was it basically. So we left it to that, and yeah, let's see how it works out. So enough chitter chatter, I'm gonna tell you the facts. So here we are. I'm a big food lover and I love to eat anything, but with every favourite food, there's always a food that you're going to dislike. Now, I can dislike so many foods and all that, so I can have like one dish and I can try it and like, no, don't want that. But the one food I really dislike the most is beetroot. I cannot stand the smell. Every time I smell a beetroot being boiled in the kitchen, it makes me want to throw up, and it's like the most horrible smell in the world. But if you put a beetroot in a bit of cake that's already baked, I would be happy to say yes. I am a massive book lover, and if I see a good book, I read it non-stop, but if I see a book that is so-so, I would read it, put it to a side and leave it for either a few months or years before I can go back to it and finish it again. But in the case of one book, I have read it through and through during one summer holiday, and that is this, Jane, The Woman Who Loved Tarzan by Robin Maxwell. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you'll probably know that I've mentioned this book a couple of times, but the reason why I love Jane so much is because she is awesome. Jane is one of my favourite Disney characters, well, not Disney characters, Tarzan characters ever, beg your pardon. My fascination with Jane began when I was 5 years old, when I first went to see the Disney adaptation of Tarzan for the first time, and since then I have been so in love with her. And I wanted so much to find out about her. I've read all the books and I've watched all the Tarzan films, but out of all of them, this book has to be my favourite. I am thrilled that Robin Maxwell has written a background story for her. At the moment, I am so obsessed with the song Hey Baby, but not the original one from Dirty Dancing. So this version of Hey Baby is sung by a guy called DJ Otzi, and that was the song that got me introduced to music. It's a very special song to me because I remember when I was a child I used to dance along to that song in school discos, and I had a blast. And so listening to it again brings back so many memories and so many happy days. And obviously it's taken me away from the bad times and reminds me of the good times as well. And it's got me in the mood for singing along too. But I won't play it on here because I know I'll get a copyright strike. And yeah, if you want to have a listen, I would recommend checking it out. It is awesome. When you think of a dream job, it's easy to think, but in reality, it's not that easy. But when you are a child, dream jobs mean so much to you, and you just wondered if you're going to get them or not. So when I was a kid, I had 2 dream jobs, and they were being a historian and an actress. The historian dream job came first because when I was younger I was so obsessed with history, including the Tudors. I couldn't get enough of reading about them and watching documentaries about them and watching YouTube videos about them as well, and it has been with me to this very day, and I still have an obsession for it. Though, come to think, I've never actually watched anything or read anything historical for a very long time. Now, the actress dream job came when I was a little bit older. I was still at school and not really socialising very much. So a teacher and a few friends recommended that I should try drama, and since then I have absolutely loved it. And right from day one of the drama session, I knew straight away I wanted to be an actress. But since then, I've had a little think, and it could be possible to do both, because in England they have loads of historical royal palaces, and in some of them you can actually dress up as a historical figure, giving tour guides around historical palaces, and you have to pretend to be that character as well. So you get the best of both worlds, really, I suppose. I really hope it's one of my dream jobs in the future, because I'm still at college doing performing arts and I want to try something that really means a lot to me. So if I can do that, that would be great, but if I can't, I can't. And it's always going to be a dream job of mine, basically, even though I'm not a kid anymore. Now, I have so many favourite memories and they have a very special place in my heart. However, if I had to choose one, it would be The Lion King. The Lion King show was my first musical theatre experience. I was very little and it was a surprise birthday present from my mum and dad. I went to the Lyceum Theatre in the West End, where it is still going to this very day, and I watched the show and I instantly fell in love with the whole atmosphere and the whole concept of musical theatre. And another extra surprise as well was when I was invited backstage to meet the cast members and the crew, and I got to touch the props and held the props and look around the stage set as well. It was an incredible experience, like meeting the characters and just seeing how the magic comes to life and all of that. And I distinctly remember one time as well that I hold the little Simba cub when the Circle of Life happens at the beginning and at the end, and it's like a little puppet that Rafiki controls. I remember holding up into the air like Rafiki, and oh my goodness, it was the most heaviest thing I have carried in my life. To me, the puppet felt like a brick, because I remember when I was holding it, my arms were shaking and aching, and my dad was taking the picture and I was like, hurry up, let me get it down. So yeah, I didn't get to play the controls of it or anything, but just lift it. But it was one of the most fantastic things I've ever done, and I will never forget it. Since then, I've been to see The Lion King about 4 more times in my lifetime, and now that I think of it, I really want to see it again. And there we go, that was my 5 facts video. I want to say a big huge thank you to Shanell, who collaborated with me, and again I'll leave her link and her video in the description box below, and I would recommend checking out her video and subscribe, because she's a great person and a great friend and a great YouTuber, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So thanks, Shanell. Again, as always, if you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more future videos, and I'll catch you very soon. Goodbye!